What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Dark Deception video. Today we are specifically talking about Chapter 5. Yes, Chapter 5 of Dark Deception. I know what y'all thinking. We have yet to see Chapter 4. What are you talking about, Chapter 5? Get out of here. Well, when I said 2 videos ago that there was a ton confirmed for Dark Deception, I meant both Chapters 4 and 5. So we are here with Chapter 5 update. This is a big video, by the way. You need to watch this till the end. Anyways, today we'll talk about Dark Deception Chapter 5's Mannequins, specifically Mannequins update. Now, without wasting any more time, let us begin. As you all know that from Chapter 4 all the way to Chapter 5's first level, every monster was kind of leaked. Well, not visually, just knowing what is next for Dark Deception. It started with Chapter 3's duckies, clowns, to Chapter 4's nurses, and all the way to Chapter 5's mannequins, so we already knew what is next. One thing I would like to mention here is that, yes, even Van Wins said that Chapter 5 will top Chapter 4, he meant in difficulty, not in entirety, because Chapter 4 will always remain the most quantitative and the most packed chapter in all of Dark Deception. 3 levels having 3 zones each, and not to mention boss fights like this is the real deal here. On the other hand, for Chapter 5, things are confusing out here. There are only 2 portals left, technically, for the main ballroom. Monkeys, Agatha, Gold Watchers, duckies, clowns, and then on the other hand you have nurses, Joy Joy Gang, Mama Bear, and Trigger Teddy. That is 8 levels just in chapters 1 to 4, and as we all know, there are 10 portals that's shown in total. We're not talking about the secret 11th portal now. So Chapter 5 only have 2 main portals left to finish this section. Who's the 10th portal? That is another debate, because whoever's in there, we may not get a peek in it unless until we go through 9th portal, and that is none other than the mannequins. Now, mannequins are clean, as can be seen from this picture of the portal icon. This is the only visual we have that has any resemblance to mannequins, and it makes sense too, you know, Chapter 5 is a long way out from here. Now, mannequins are supposed to be the most difficult enemy we have ever encountered in all of Dark Deception ever. I'm not exaggerating, don't believe me? Listen to the executive director of Dark Deception himself, Vincent Livings. When someone asked about how mannequins are going to be like, he responded with this.
Jacko Trap Studios donated $2. Hey, what are the mannequins going to be like? I wish I could tell you. All I can say is they're freaky mannequins, and they're different than anything else that's out right now. So that's all I can go into or reveal at the moment. But you know, as we approach Chapter 5, you'll start to get some teasers, so don't worry.
Yep, I told you I wasn't exaggerating. Listen to how Vince used the word freaky to describe them. Who does that? He said they are unlike anything we've ever seen before. I do have a small fear of mannequins, especially when they're in their default state, so this is gonna be terrifying. And he also confirmed that as we move forward, we will slowly learn more about it. So there will be more than one teaser for mannequins, I would assume. There is a voice reveal, if not just model reveal on Twitter. Chapter 5 teaser trailer, which includes mannequins, because you know, there are only 2 levels in Chapter 5, mannequins and the 10th portal, so we need to show mannequins more because we need to make the 10th portal as a surprise entity. And then the release date trailer and the launch trailer. So yeah, we're moving into the big finale territory now. Cue the epicness. You know, as I'm talking about all of this, especially Chapter 5, it definitely feels like we're in the end game. Chapter 4 isn't even out yet, and yet we are having these thoughts of finale. Good God, imagine those depressing times. I can't. Now, when someone asked about the name for mannequins, be ready to get disappointed. He responded with,
what is the name of the mannequins? Mannequins. We don't have like a specific name for them yet. We've just been basically calling them mannequins throughout the development process. We may give them an actual name once we hit Chapter 5, but for now we've just labeled them as mannequins. I know, that's really original, right?
Yep, no name as of now, but they could get one after Chapter 4, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm starting a competition, a contest. Throw your theories and predictions for Mannequin's name. Rules: No edits to comment, no cheating. It has to be weeks, if not months, before Mannequins announcement. Any announcement for Mannequins right now in the comment section. The winner will get something special, just like you guys are about to get something special with the good stuff of the day segment. Welcome back to the good stuff of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Today's good stuff of the day is clean, starting off with one of my favorite games recently, and in my humble opinion, the best game of 2019, Control from Remedy Entertainment. Yes, I know, unpopular opinion, oh boo-hoo, but listen, give this game a chance. I might play it on the channel here anyways. It's finally getting its first expansion out of 2, and it's coming March 26th, and I'll be the first out here to play this. Please say yes to the game. This game is one of the cleanest, one of the most innovative games out there. And if you're still watching this, say in the comments, Control SmackNPie. Yes, Control SmackNPie. Then I will know who's the real ones in the Smack Empire. I'll keep an eye out for you guys. The next one is coming from TV shows section, and that is The Last of Us HBO series. There are news and updates left and right for The Last of Us HBO series. It is a massive news. We have a couple of characters confirmed for the HBO's premiere show, but the big news came when Neil Druckmann announced, the composer for HBO series, that he will be the same person as for the games. Yes, you heard me, ladies and gentlemen. The one who composed for the first game and the one who's also composing for the second one is coming back for the HBO series. Finally, some freaking good content. And finally, for all the Witcher and Cyberpunk fans out here, me included, CD Projekt, the team behind the Witcher franchise and who is currently working on Cyberpunk 2077, has confirmed that they will be working on a single-player game or a campaign immediately after Cyberpunk 2077. They didn't say what game, which franchise, but they did confirm that it won't be Witcher 4, because to them, Witcher will always stay a trilogy. So take it as you will. It could be a spin-off to Witcher franchise, who knows, but it is interesting as to what they would do next. CD Projekt is one of the biggest gaming mammoth in the world, so of course there's always buzz around what they will do next. So let me know, what do you think? But that was the good stuff of the day. Let's get back to the video. Now when we talk about Dark Deception, the first question comes to mind is when it is coming out, but even more so, how's the development going? Levels, characters, animations. And since we know we're getting close to chapter 4 and DD Mobile release, the question automatically arises for chapter 5, specifically for Mannequins. No, it doesn't. I just added that up. It doesn't raise any questions. Anyways, it is still a good question though. How is chapter 5 development going? Is it going anywhere? Because if it isn't, then we'll have to wait another half or even a year for chapter 5 after chapter 4. Fortunately for us, we have a good news. When someone asked about chapter 5's Mannequins model, he responded with this. Vincent Livings, of course.
Do the Mannequins have a model yet? Yes, they do. And they are animated as well. So the Mannequins are actually completely done. We are just working on the level at this point.
You heard it here, folks, and there too. Chapter 5 Mannequins character model is officially completed. Yep, the model is ready. That means firstly, Chapter 5 development is already started. Good on them. Let's just hope they don't mess Chapter 4 for Chapter 5. But also secondly, they're animated as well. So models were already made completely, and now animations are also being made or animated. This is a huge news, not just for Chapter 5, but for Chapter 4 as well. If they're moved to the animation section of the development for Chapter 5, that means Chapter 4 is near to release. I think just like DD Mobile's final bugs and fixes, Chapter 4 is also in its final phase and we're actually more near to its release than we initially thought and realized. He also said that they're working on the level, so even though we're at early phases of Chapter 5 development, the fact that they're already working on this and we're already there gives me hope for a soon release for Chapter 5 after Chapter 4, like we don't have to wait a year and a half or decades or centuries for Chapter 5 as we are doing for Chapter 4. It's not a hate, I'm just joking right now. But as we know that the level could end up taking place in a mall with mannequins with crazy mechanic like never seen or experienced before, so that's gonna be something. But speaking of mechanics, what about our powers? How are we gonna defend ourselves? This is where the spicy stuff comes in. See, I saved it best for the last. Let's take a look.
Will trigger teddies and mannequins have new powers? Oh, I assume you mean the ring piece. So actually, by Chapter 4, the ring pieces potential will be fully unlocked, and from there it's about leveling up your existing abilities and polishing your skills. Kind of ties in with the story, how the ring piece continues, or the riddle of heaven continues to be accumulated as you play, but you'll see. I can't go too much into that because it's a little bit of spoiler.
First things first, we already knew that there will be no powers after Joy Joy Gang level. We've theorized that after Joy Joy Gang level, Malik will come into Ballroom, take our powers away. How do we know that? Well, of course, from the leaks of Ballroom dialogue, we learned that Malik will enter Ballroom to chat with us. Secondly, there are 2 Malik OSTs for Chapter 4, so good luck to us. Thirdly, level ups are so important, and now we know that after that power, it is just leveling up and learning more and enhancing our skills to put into effective use against mannequins. I feel like as in other levels, you could make mistakes and AI might let you go, CPU of course, but in the 9th portal with mannequins, there is no chance of any mistakes. Lastly, Riddle of Heaven. This has more to do with story part. We know for a fact that Beers will go missing after some time in Chapter 5. When, where, and how is a question as of now. However, the previous part is connected to this, not getting any more power. Vanish is the last one. Beers going missing and 10th portal all to ourselves. Think about it. I read this theory somewhere, and it is a very excellent theory by the way, that the reason Beers goes missing is because she has all the ring pieces now. I mean, 9 portals, 9 ring pieces, 10th portal is the final thingy. Hence, she gets what she wants and she leaves. Remember, she sold her soul to the devil and now is trapped. Well, she was trapped and Beers used us instead to get herself out, which means now we are stuck in the ballroom with the powers. All of her powers are now ours, but she's gone and we are being sacrificed for her escape, taking control of ballroom. Doug's ballroom now, and that will set up Dark Deception 2. Yes, second game in the franchise with Doug playing Beers' role, but this time the main player, we will have our roles reversed. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is a theory for some day later. Anyways, I'm personally satisfied with this video. Gosh, Chapter 5 got me hype. I want to play Chapter 5 right now. Forget Chapter 4 and DD Mobile. I want Chapter 5 right now. Give me that good stuff, Wins. Okay, maybe I am the reason why we don't deserve nice things in life, but you know what? Yes, you are watching, the one you're watching, you deserve the nice things, which is why I have these 2 hand-picked videos on your screen just for you. They're the real deal. Trust me on this one. Resident Evil 7 still in plans behind the scenes. Outlast is left to complete. Little Nightmares 2 is coming very soon. So much stuff to do, man.